For my fans and me to interact, make art and have fun. It's a one-man show and entirely free. I do it every single week except some. I'm waiting to go, it's all live and online, so you should stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show.
I am not me. I am art. And I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. That's right, baby. That's right. It's the Most Week Show Olympic special again. If the Olympics can do 2 weeks, why can't I? It is currently noon plus 8 minutes on the 8th of August, 2021. You are here with me right now, and I thank you for that. I thank you for being you. And I thank you for being here. Yeah? 2 thank yous already. And we're barely a minute in. My goodness. How generous I am with my praise. If we were allowed to be together physically, I would show my appreciation physically. You know I would. With a hug, with a kiss, or with the way lady gymnasts greet people who aren't from the same country as them. The double fist bump. The double fist bump, ladies and gentlemen. Same country, hug. Different country, double fist bump. Just do that double fist bump. And not with that. Just, you've got to leave that. There we go. Double fist bump. It's safer, guys. You can't get corona through the knuckles. As 'tis, the best I can do is raise a glass to you. You can raise a glass to me as well if you like. We like to start this show with a toast. We do. We really do. Because it brings everybody together as one before the show begins proper. So here goes. Here goes. Here goes. Here we go. You ready? Here goes. If you think I'm not ready for it, you're absolutely joking. To all the people who weren't quite good enough to represent their country, but then who've delved into their family history to find a relative from a different country so that they can still compete at the Olympics. It's clever, it's pragmatic, and it proves that, hey guys, family is important. To the mostly American foreigners, cheers. What's that, mother? Grandpapa once visited Bermuda. Thank you. Here we go. Hello, weaklings. My goodness, my gracious. How are we doing? Cameraman George, happy Sunday. Yeah, happy Sunday to you, bud. TB Douglas, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I like that TB is creating a kind of a trademark greeting here. That's the second week in a row that TB has greeted everybody in such a way. And I like it. I like it. She's trying to get herself over, and that's absolutely great. SJ Beck72, good night, not me, and all weaklings. Hello. Killer Kilch, hello, weaklings. Hello. M. Acton, hi, weaklings. My goodness. The gang's all here, pretty much. Enjoying the Most Week show from a caravan today, M. Acton. Wow. Living the dream there. Lovely. Absolutely fantastic caravans. It's like a house, but just smaller. It's very hard to heat, I will say, in the winter. It's not going to be an issue that you're dealing with today, I'm Acton. I would assume it's a little bit warm in the beautiful British summertime. Fingers crossed. Wonderful stuff. Lovely to see you all here. Lovely to see you all here. It is indeed the Most Week show, Olympicavalcade 2, or as the Spanish would say, Dos. Yeah? It's a sequel. I thought last week's Olympicavalcade festivities would reduce my temperature, would stop the hallucinations and return my glands to normal size. But it turns out that even dedicating an entire episode of my show to the games at the 32nd Olympiad couldn't break my Olympic fever. Yeah, that's right, I've still got a big case of it. Still got a big case of it. Been watching it engrossed. So sad that today is the last day. It's all over now, although it was kind of overnight in the US, so we'll still be watching what happened last night today. But yeah, real sad that the Olympics are over. Really enjoyed it this year. I think hats off to the Japanese for putting on a great Olympics. At the expense of what is another question for another time. But from a strictly Olympic standpoint, absolutely top-notch stuff. Absolutely top-notch stuff. I think it was an incredible week 2 of the Olympics. Let's try and turn our frowns upside down. Olympic frowns, Olympic upside down. Celebrating an incredible week 2 of the Olympics. I've got into some really spectacular new sports in this second week. Sports climbing. Not sure if any of you caught sport climbing. Absolutely incredible. It involves people climbing walls in various ways and at various speeds. Including one of them which is just literally racing up a wall, which is absolutely amazing. They look like the popular superhero Spider-Man running up there. Or if you're not really into the superhero thing and are looking for a more tangible reference point, just a regular spider. The park skateboarding was this week as well, and that's a sick sport, absolutely, just seriously dope. Like the street skateboarding last week, I love the authenticity of it, where it just looks like a regular skate park that you'd see out and about in regular life, with the bowls and the ramps and the scores of intimidatingly confident and confidently intimidating young people Gosh, I'm never going skateboarding, but I love to watch it on TV, safely distant. Some of them have nose piercings. Artistic swimming is brilliant, I realised this week. It involves young women, sometimes two, sometimes a whole gang of them, doing bizarre movements in a swimming pool whilst made up to look like mannequins, constantly trying to get their toes to touch their heels in a really, really disturbingly contorted way. It combines several popular phobias, so it's definitely the scariest sport that I've seen. I love it. It chill up the spine seeing those terrifying young women walking to the pool. Really great stuff. Really great stuff. I love it also for the fact that it really opens up the question of what is a sport? What is a sport? I am, of course, world famous for saying that everything is art. Just because it feels more inclusive that way. But the IOC, they're very inclusive as well, because they say everything is sport. If it gets you tired and a little bit sweaty, and you can be timed or judged doing it, it's a sport. That's the only criteria that I've been able to discern. Absolutely can't wait for competitive bed making coming in for 2032. It always gets me pretty out of breath making a bed. Not sure about anybody else. I really feel like this has been a 2-week festival of art. A lot of people say it's about sport. I say it's about art. One of the key aspects that makes sport and art, I'm just going to pop the camera up there. There we go. That just feels a little bit better. One of the key aspects that makes a sport and art is how inspiring it is. If you can watch a sport, if you can see how tired the people doing that sport get, and then you still want to get up and do that sport yourself, you're watching art, baby. Yeah? You are watching art. It's all very inspiring. Sorry, how inspiring? Gosh, that's a great question. I'd probably say as inspiring as family simile. Family simile. What will the answer be? As inspirational as what? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Family simile. Get involved with the show by thinking of a creative way to finish off this simile, as inspirational or as inspiring as. This segment's about pushing forward the boundaries of language, guys, to really engage your imaginospheres, to think of something unique. As inspiring as what? Yeah? Is it as inspiring as watching two children of different races hug? Is it as inspiring as the fact that Channing Tatum has no formal acting training? Look at what he's been able to do. Or is it as inspiring as watching the Paralympics later this month, when you realise that the able-bodied people that you've been watching over the last fortnight aren't actually quite as inspiring as you thought? Oh, you can swim really fast, can you, Katie Ledecky? Could you do it without legs? Yeah, didn't think so. I didn't think so. I don't want to do your work for you, but really get creative here. And at the end of the show, I'm going to pick a winner. And if that's you, your name is going to go on the ticker below for next show. It was your girl Sarah Kilch last episode with As Determined as a Fly Trapped in a Window. It's a wonderful simile. And I mean, why wouldn't they be determined? They want to get outside. They're a fly. Yeah, they don't have long to live. They want to do what flies do. Which, having not studied them at all, my first thought is they want to be on poop. And no matter how productive I'm being inside, there's a whole world of poop out there for flies to go nuts with. Especially in the Olympic Village, guys, one would imagine. I mean, poop is our waste, yeah? It's the bad stuff in our body, and so Olympians must be expelling at a phenomenal rate. I don't want any bad stuff in my body, okay? Everybody out. Or is there less poop because they're taking in less bad stuff because of their nutritionists? If I'm honest, I really don't know. Feel free to share your thoughts on the poop of the Olympic Village in the chat, or send me an email about it afterwards if you feel compelled. I was just trying to get back to the theme of the episode, you know, being a good host. Anyway, write a simile and get it in the chat. Oh, I should get it in the chat. Should get it in the chat, shouldn't I? Should get it in the chat. I can't cheer. No, I'm not trying to cheer. I'm trying to some of them. Okay, and then we'll copy that. We'll copy that, and we'll chat that. There we go. Ooh. Killer Kilch. Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much, Killer Kilch. Thank
Here
you
with
so
your
much.
youngest weakling.
Oh, we might learn a little bit about the youngest weakling a little bit later on. My goodness. My goodness. Anyway, get a simile, get it in the chat. It could be you on the ticker for next show. Let's go back to Maine. Let's go back to Maine. Wowzers. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Lovely and sunny Dan Margate. Oh, lovely Margate. Fantastic. How provincial, M. Acton. Wonderful stuff. And I'm very, very privileged that you have chosen to spend part of your holiday with me and the rest of the weaklings. That's lovely. That's lovely. The toes truly scary, right, Killer? Yeah, they go up. I mean, I love a pointed toe as much as the next person. It's a very artistic toe, but it's like, oof, it's like they're trying to pick up an apple. Unpleasant. Competitive clothes folding could be, absolutely as inspiring as the Eric the Eel segment in last week's. I'm getting into the inspiring as, but yeah, I absolutely agree with that, TB Douglas. That was very inspiring, indeed. Indeed. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, okay, yeah. Let's just do this.
I give props because though I'm great, there's lots of art I see that's made by artists that are almost but not quite as good as me. I am a giver, super selfless, gather round to see just who will get a most sought after, not me branded. Well done you.
Well done you, everybody. Well done you. It's the Olympics. We've got a lot of people to say well done you to, yeah? A lot of people to say well done you to. So I was hoping if I could just do a little quick fire round. Yeah? Is that okay with everybody? Everybody okay with that? Little quick fire Olympic well done yous? I'm gonna need at least one person to say absolutely fine, go ahead, not me, before I go ahead. Okay, I'm feeling maybe a little bit needy there. TB Douglas says yes, let's do it. TB Douglas says let's do it. Killer Kilch says that, which I assume is referee talk for, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Who have we got? Olympic well done yous. Let's see who we've got. Here. Who's these? I say well done you to New Zealand rowers Grace Prendergast and Kerry Gowler. They had their world record. They were the world record holders, guys. The world record holders. And they had that world record beaten by a pair of Greeks. Rough. It's tough going when you have your world record beaten by a pair of Greeks. But then they just won the world record back later that same day, which to me implies that they were deliberately holding off on beating their own record before, because they knew that they could do more, but they're like, well, we're not going to break our own record. Wait till somebody breaks that, and then we're just going to come straight back in again. That is just the right side of cocky, ladies. And I love it, okay? Well done you. Also say well done to this young lady, Turkmenistan's Polina Gurieva. Polina Gurieva. She won the country's first Olympic medal since gaining independence from the Soviet Union. Always nice, I think. Always nice to be getting those victories after a breakup. Hitting a couple of W's, yeah, after that breakup. Now Russia going to be scrolling through their IG timeline, get to Turkmenistan, and just be like, a gold medal? But I told them they'd never amount to anything without me. And a bold new haircut? Wonderful. She's done that. Well done you, Paulina. Well done you, Paulina. Mystery? Mystery? My goodness. Well done you to whoever's decision it was to program the music for the Parade of Nations on opening night. Alongside all of the amazing pieces of very stirring classical music, was an adaptation of the music from the Starlight Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, this is the first of a few of these well done yous that really would have been enhanced by playing a little clip from the Parade of Nations, but the Olympics got their impasse on and blocked last week's video entirely. Not just you can't monetize it, blocked it entirely, nobody else can watch it. Not because of the Eric the Eel stuff, but because of those little clips, this is true, the little clips that you guys sent in for the art bet. You believe that? 10 seconds of shaky footage of a TV showing the Olympics and they're losing their tiny minds. Absolutely pathetic. I don't use that word often, but I'm going to use it now. Absolutely pathetic. So I would be showing you a clip of this, but I can't. Luckily for you, I'm a great singer. All the people coming out with the flags. Do 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 do. It was pretty much like that. It was pretty much like that. And it was a wonder. I mean, it's a Japanese game. It's a Japanese game. Japanese culture. Why are we not putting that in there? Absolutely fantastic. Well done you to whoever that was. Here's another one that would have benefited from a little clip. I say well done you to Dean Boxall. He is the Australian swimming coach. He's watching his ward. I don't know what the nomenclature is, but somebody he trained win the 400 meters freestyle gold medal. The central thesis of Well Done You, of course, is that it is important to recognize when other people do good stuff. Then they're nice about your stuff. Soon enough, the world is just full of people being nice about stuff. Okay, that's the central thesis of Well Done You. And Dean here really exemplifying that. He was as happy as anybody I have ever seen about someone else doing good stuff. You should watch the video. Seriously, it's how can I say this in a keeping it PG? It was a very humpy celebration. Can I say that? It was a very humpy celebration. Let's say that. But if you give that a watch, it's going to make you up your game the next time you're supposed to be cheering someone else on, because he's really raised the standard of it. So well done you, Dean. Dean. Also well done you to Japan's Abe Hifumi and Abe Uta. They became the first ever brother and sister to win gold medals in individual events at the same Olympics. They did it about 9 minutes apart, both winning gold medals, both in judo. Judists. It's a terrific achievement. And what's even better is that because they were both in judo, when this brother and sister inevitably fight, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Technically precise and exciting. It's going to be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but without the palpable chemistry. And of course, them fighting is inevitable because they're siblings, and my parents always told me that siblings will always fight and grow to hate each other, which is why it's better if I didn't have any siblings to play with. So well done you guys. Well done you. I'm going to say well done you to Kwang Hong Chan from China. Every Olympian, of course, striving for perfection. That's what Olympians do. But not many achieve it. Absolute perfection. This little lady, however, 14-year-old Quan from China, got perfect scores in 2 of her 5 dives in the 10-meter platform final. Just 10s. Couldn't have done anything better at all. That's one part of it. That's one part of it. That deserves a well done you. Of course it does. The other part of it is her face. You'll notice that the picture here is a touch blurry. It's a touch blurry. That's because this is a screen grab from the video seconds after she was told that she had done a perfect dive. Was she over the moon? Was she joyous? Was she a little pleased? No. Just another dive, guys. Just another dive. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing unless I win that gold medal. I could do 100 perfect scores, and if someone else does 101, then it's a waste of everyone's time. Now, when she got that gold medal, bang, big smiles. Big smiles. But until that confirmation, means nothing. Means nothing. That's the temperament of a champion. I'm not 100% sure I'd want to hang out with her. Well, not this version of it. Maybe this one. But dang it, she's a competitor. You can't take that away from her. Well done you, Quan. Well done you to New Zealand weightlifter Laurel Hubbard. Well done you, Laurel. Laurel became the first transgender athlete to qualify for a solo event at the Olympics. It's pretty impressive. Now, a lot of people, of course, when it comes to transgender athletes in sport, they do complain, especially with transgender women have an unfair advantage in sporting competitions because of their previously masculine bodies. But the good news is what Laurel did here is very, very good for the cause. To allay any fears of these people, she actually performed pretty badly. And so that if that doesn't cure people's, well, I'm worried that they're going to be amazing. Nope. So that's well done, Laurel. That's equality. That's equality. Laurel doing her bit. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. You love to see it. Now, this one was going to be last. I'll be honest, this one was going to be last. But I'm going to say well done to these people. These 3 people who acted out all 50 events in the Olympics using the pictogram system. This is the triathlon, obviously the bike and the running and the swimming. But they did them all. Again, this would have been the last one if I could have shown a video, because it's absolutely amazing. But I can't, so you will just have to imagine. Or look it up afterwards. In fact, I'm going to drop some links into the chat at the end of the episode for the 3 that should have had videos. Okay, this is one of the most creatively ambitious and spectacular things I think I've ever seen. Absolutely unbelievable. If I could give this a mark, bang, 10s across the board. Yeah? And finally, well done you to 13-year-old Sky Brown for winning a bronze medal at skateboarding. Totally rad. Totally rad. Absolutely bitchin'. Especially because she's British. Yeah? And in all my time being intimidated walking past skate parks and on the south bank of the Thames, where there's a big skateboarding area there, any time I have walked past any skateboarder in the British Isles, I don't think I have ever seen someone land a trick successfully. So to come from that kind of pedigree to win a bronze, super duper impressive. Super duper impressive, Sky. Well done you. And she is the first lady bronze medal skateboardist ever. She's the first. There's only going to be one first, okay? And she is absolutely the first. And that's an honour that's going to stay with her, yeah? She'll be able to tell her grandchildren about that in about 50 years. And at that point, we'll have the same Olympic events, but every single one of them, all of the names will be preceded by either the words hyper, hover, or hollow. But well done you, Sky. Well done you to all of them, I think. Well done you to all of them. Absolutely fantastic. Some real achievements in this Olympics. If I was wearing a hat, I would take it off to you guys. Well done. Let's go back to Maine. Lovely stuff. What are we going? What are we doing? Here we go. Uncle Town, sorry. Hello there. Sorry we're a bit late. We're at a medieval place exploring. Well, I hope you enjoyed the medieval place. Medieval places are very good for exploring in. You can find ghosts there, I've heard. In a lot of medieval places. A lot of ghosts hanging around. So hopefully you didn't run into them. Or if you did, they were friendly. Like Casper or Bruce Willis. TB, that Russian accent is fantastic. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That coach is everything, says Killer. Yeah, absolutely. Dean, really, I mean, he's the coach that you want, backing you up. Monkey Pixie's Funk looks a bit rude. It was a little. It was bordering on the rude, but I think it was just exuberance, exactly. TB Douglas, she was in the zone. That's how you get gold. As Simone Biles says, smiling doesn't get you gold medals. Absolutely, TB. I assume we're talking about Kwan here. Talking about Kwan just in the zone, just like she's not going to let up. It doesn't. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that medal. It doesn't mean anything at all if you don't get that gold medal. That's why I've never won medals. Too much laughing. Yeah. There is a trade-off, isn't there? There is a trade-off. You think, well, do I want to be medals? Just having a great time all the time. It's got to make a. You've got to make that decision at some point. Am I going to be a medal person or am I going to be a party animal? Yeah, because you can't really be both. Acton, this sketch didn't even make it onto the highlights of the BBC coverage. They clearly don't know Art the Beeb. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, all of these I think were worthy of getting into to some kind of coverage. The fact that everybody isn't banging on about these people is just shows again what kind of journalistic integrity you get from I Am Smart. You get from the Most Week Show. Gosh, painful memories there. Uncle Town, apart from me, I can land a trick. That's fantastic. I would love to see a trick from Uncle Town. Yeah, absolutely. Lovely stuff. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, well, we have got actually something a little bit special here. Can we do this? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, my goodness. A little birdie tells me that it is somebody's birthday. Not today, but tomorrow. And you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do when this happens. We're going to be... the only thing that we can do in this instance is to give that person a worldwide happy birthday song. Not often... you don't often get that. People singing all around the world. Don't mess me around with the light. Don't mess me around with the light. I've had such trouble with this flipping light this morning. I've turned it off, I've turned it on, restarted it. We're not going to do the light. We don't have the light. We don't have the light. We're just going to have to sing it. We're just going to have to sing it, okay? Could it be, says it's Maple Panda? It is, it's Maple Panda. It is you. It is you who has a birthday tomorrow. So everybody singing. Here are the lyrics. Here are the lyrics. We're going to do one of these kind of things. Join in when you can. And everybody has to do it. Otherwise, it's not special. If it's just me singing, I could sing about anybody. It needs to be everybody. Multiple people. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy, happy birthday. I'm sending lots of cheer. You found a way to somehow survive another year. Your loved ones will be with you, but they don't get a say in anything you want to do, because it's your special day. Hey! Happy birthday! It's Maple Panda. Where did the stuff go? Where did the stuff go? There it went. There it went. It's Maple Panda. Happy birthday. I hope it's a wonderful day for you tomorrow. Many happy returns. Cheers. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, yeah. Lovely stuff. I hope other people were singing. I hope other people were singing. Joyeux anniversaire. A little bit of French there. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Everybody getting involved here. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. So, got a bit of an unknown quantity coming up now, guys. We're going to be trying something. We're going to be trying something a little bit different. Regular weaklings will know, regular acolytes in general will know how heartbreaking it has been for me to not be doing the quiz for the foreseeable. It's on hiatus. It will be back at some point. I do believe that. But for now, I'm not able to do it. And that makes me sad, because I did love testing everybody. So I've been looking for ways to kind of implement it into the Most Week show, just to kind of scratch that itch a little bit. And I found that there is a quiz system on Twitch already. It's called QuizKit. And so I set up a little round of Olympic-themed questions. How it's going to work, I have absolutely no idea. So we're just going to have to find out together, if that's okay. If that's okay. We're going to start with a musing. We're going to start with a musing. And the musing is here, guys, and I want you to get this in the chat. We can get this in the chat straight away, but just to get that out of the way before, because genuinely I don't know what's going to happen with the quiz. I haven't tested it at all. So the musing is, if you could make something into... Thank you very much, Killer. I appreciate that. Always there with the get it in the chats, and I do respect that. If you could make anything into an Olympic sport... and this was an Olympic sport that you had at least an outside shot of getting a medal in, what would you turn into an Olympic sport? We mentioned earlier there was talk of competitive bed making. That could be one if you're particularly good at bed making. A Killer, I believe, was competitive clothes folding. That could work also. So what you should get it in the chat. Think of what you would turn, and it can't be an Olympic sport already. Uncool Town, if you're thinking of putting in skateboarding, because you're particularly good at skateboarding. Let's not do that. Let's do something new, something bold. Let's really think outside the box. Let's get creative with it, and let's get it in the chat. What would you turn in to an Olympic event? Okay. So whilst you're doing that, let's see if we can get this quiz going. Start the quiz. This will show the rules on your stream. Okay, so we're just gonna see what happens here. Starting the quiz. It's working on it. Sending rules to players. Ask viewers to manage access by clicking the quiz kit icon. Okay, so it is showing up on the thing. It is showing up on the thing. Network protocol error. That's not great. See your name on leaderboards. Okay. So it's only on this thing. Okay, that's fair enough. I don't know. We're doing it. Can everybody see the quiz thing? Can everybody see the quiz thing? Because if we can see the quiz thing, then we'll get started on it. Let's see if it works. What does it say? Points mode. The player with the highest amount of points at the end wins. Okay, so we've got a winner. Players with the correct answers gain points. Fastest answers gain more points. So it's all multiple choice. There's 4 options for each of them. If you answer incorrectly, you lose more points by answering faster. If you don't answer, no points are awarded or lost. So play strategically. I can see the rules. Okay, yeah. So we should just be able to see the rules. So Maple Panda says no. I'm on phone. Is that why? It could be why. Again, this is pretty untested. You're showing at the bottom of the screen for me. Okay, so let's give it a try, guys. Let's give it a try. Whether you do well, whether you don't do well, you are smart. Okay, so let's not fret about that. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Is that showing up for you? Which of these cities has not hosted or been confirmed to host the Olympic Games in the 21st century? I'm on phone. It's above the chat box on the right under Notme. Okay, thank you very much for that, Acton. That's lovely. That's lovely. So you've got 20 seconds to answer each of these questions. We'll see how this is. We're waiting for players. Okay. Okay. We'll reveal. So you've got to. I think you're clicking the thing. I don't think it's under. I don't think it's in the chat. We reveal the answer. So only 2 people answered that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're getting there. We're getting there. So I think you need to click. Do you need to click in the thing on the stream? I couldn't do it. Says Uncool Town. Do you need to press a button on the screen? So who was able to answer that question? Come around, George. Yes, I clicked the option. Okay, so George's saying we need to click into on the screen. So it's going to pop up on the screen. You click it on the screen. Yeah. Let's try the next one. Here we go. Next question. Select the answer you think it is. Okay. Michael Phelps has won more gold medals than anyone else in history, but how many gold medals has he won? 19, 23, 14, or 26? Michael Phelps. Okay, let's see if anyone else has done this. It might be easy just to do it the previous way. Let's see how many people. Okay, so 7 people got answers in for that one. That's really good. That feels like a really good one. And most people got the answer right. That's exciting. That's exciting. Let's have a look at the scores. Uncool Town is second with over 12,500. Contestant number 6. I don't know how you show. Is there something about... Is anyone... Well, you... Oh, that was just for that question. Okay. Okay. Well, it's all still to play for. I think that's clear. What do the Olympic rings represent? The 5 continents? The 5 founding members of the IOC? The 5 countries that competed in the first Olympics? Or the 5 sports contested at the first Olympics? What do the 5... Rings represent. Link identity, says Killer Kilch. Oh, well done, him, Acton. That's yeah. Smashing it. Smashing it. Waiting for all the players. Reveal the answer. It is the 5 continents. It's a strange one because, of course, there aren't 5 continents, but I believe it combines North and South America into a single entity. So it's America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania. I believe is the logic behind that. Let's see the scores. Let's see how people are doing. Contestant number 2 smashed that one. Contestant number 2 has taken the lead. Who is contestant number 2? Don't be shy, contestant number 2. It's Maple Panda having a bit of a rough time, but that's fine. It's a difficult system to get on board with. It's a shame that's the birthday present. That's a shame. How do you see who you are? I'm not sure, TB Douglas. I'm not 100% sure. I have no idea. Something about linking your identity, Killer Kilch said. Oh, so there's a little thing in the top corner. You are granting this developer access to your Twitch user ID. Grant. So maybe I'll be named as Grant now. No, I grant the permission. Okay, well, let's just forge on. Let's just forge on. This year, Hidlin Diaz became the first person to ever win a gold medal for the Philippines. But in what sport did she compete? Pole vault, weightlifting, archery, boxing. The first Filipino gold medal was in what sport? Let's reveal the answer. It was weightlifting. Everybody knew that one pretty much. Well done, guys. Well done. Boxing guess is SJBeck72. That's a shame. That's a shame, SJBeck. But worth a stab. You know, you got a 25% chance potentially. Let's show the scores. Let's see how we're doing. Contestant number 12 absolutely stormed that one. Absolutely stormed it. Contestant number 2 still with the high score though. Still with the high score. TB, you are just TB. And you have minus 12,000 points. Hope that helps. But yeah, some anonymous people up at the top here. Well, contestant number 6 is M. Acton. We know that. Let's see. So is this the final question now? Possibly the final question? I'm not sure. Which of these has never been an Olympic event? Bulls, polo, squash, or tug of war? 3 of these have been Olympic events at one time. One of them has not. Bulls, polo, squash, or tug of war has never been an Olympic event. Now I wish I hadn't enabled my name. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, TV. Absolutely fine. Super Nash 18 coming in with squash. Pretty confident, says Super Nash. The Nash, if I can call you such a thing. Killer Kilch loving it. Killer Kilch loving it. Let's not forget, guys. Compliments are always welcome. Always welcome here. Don't hold a compliment in. Type it in the chat, because it really does. Gives me a great boost. Gives me a great boost. And that is squash. Oh, not a lot of people knew that one. Not a lot of Bulls was. Back in the day. There were a lot of strange ones back in the day. They had like an assault course that was also swimming at one point. Pretty creative. Pretty creative back in the day. Show final results. Gosh, this is getting pretty exciting, guys. M. Acton. Round of applause. 17,000. Oh, look at the... Wowzers. Lovely. Fireworks here. Well done to contestant number 2. Silver medal, I suppose, would be appropriate. And contestant number 6, which I thought was M. Acton. I thought that was M. Cameraman George storming back after a difficult start. Well done, everybody. That's lovely stuff. Maple Panda, Maple Panda and Uncle Town propping up the board, but you're still smart, guys. You're still smart. Well done. So that was okay. That worked all right, I think. I think we could probably... Maybe I'll give a bit more time next time, so I think you can specify which is opted in 3 times. So I was number 6 and 14 too. My goodness. Well, we'll ignore the 14 one. Maybe just stick with the proper... Technically, I didn't actually win. I mean... Well, we'll do... We'll see. Killer Kilch, please do that again. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. End that game. That was fun. That was fun. And now we've got to go and see... That's not the end of the quiz, though, guys. That's not the end of the quiz. We've got to go back and we've got to do some of these... musings. Here we go. Uncool Town would make an Olympic sport out of falling over deliberately. That's interesting. That's not one that I was expecting, but that's really... If you think that you're good at falling over deliberately, then well done. That's really... I wonder how one would judge that. Whether the judgment of it would be whether it looks deliberate or not. Are you trying to disguise the deliberateness of the... Maybe. Competitive cream tea eating, says Monkey Pixie Funk. There'd be a lot of competitive eating ones, I think, if we were all picking our own sports. That's lovely. Although if you ever actually watch competitive eating, it doesn't look like they're really enjoying it that much. They're not savouring the flavours. So if you're a big fan of eating cream teas, maybe, I don't know whether you'd really get that much joy out of it. One man's opinion, so feel free to take that on board or not. Roller skating delivery, says Killer Kilch. So delivering certain things. I'd like to watch that. I think I'd like to watch that. Roller skating delivery. Would you be able to go in line if you were fancy? Would it have to be the kind of the big two and two car style ones? That sounds fun. Acton beer mat flipping. That's lovely. That's a lot, because I think there would be a real tension in the air with that. A real tension in the air. I think we would. I think we could really. Yeah, I think I'd really enjoy seeing that in Acton. That's because it'd essentially be like a high jump or something. Well, Em at this stage going for 24. That would equal her season's best. Let's see how she manages to do it. Like, there's tension there. I think you'd agree. TB Douglas, competitive plant killing. I mean, that's a bit rough, I would say, and there would maybe be a kind of a time element. You know, if you're looking, maybe you'd have to, unless you started it, that's the very first event to start, and then you've got 2 weeks to kill as many plants as you can. Again, maybe not in the spirit of the Olympics, but if you're good at it, you're good at it, Well, it's not for me to judge a skill. Maple Panda says Monkey Pixie Funk failed to qualify for the finals today in that event. A little bit of shade being thrown by Maple Panda, but I don't hate it. Uncle Town goes competitive Snickers eating. Snickers, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I think that's quite a stodgy, especially with the peanuts and stuff. There's a lot of calories going into that, so please be careful with that. Cameraman George, competitive napping, lovely. That's lovely, George. That's lovely, and I have seen you do it very quickly. Sometimes you can. What's interesting with George is that sometimes you can start watching a TV program, and then by the time it's got to the end of the opening credits, gone. So I'd be surprised if George didn't end up on the podium for that one. That's good. And then that was it. Then we got distracted with the very complicated, quiz. But we know it now, don't we? We know how it works. Maybe we'll go into that for another one. But what have we got next? Oh, yes.
I shall give you a task, it will not be that big an ask, but possibilities of us are going to impress. Please take a photo while it all wants all the options you've explored, or just use one you took before and win by SnapQuest.
SnapQuest! Absolutely. It's that time. Hark. Whoa! Johnny Junies. There we go. That was a little... Oh, was that too loud? Apologies, Maple Pans. Apologies. I'll attempt to amend that later on. So, it is time for a SnapQuest. We have... I gave you the... it's a part of the show where I turn it over to your photo art inspired by a prompt word. The prompt word this time was move. move, inspired by the Olympics. It inspires you to move, does it not? It inspires you to move, does it not? And you've sent in some great ones. We've already seen one of them, but let's see let's see where we're going with the rest of them. Let's see what we've got. We're going to start off with. So I attempted to give a bit of an inspiration for one. Just a kind of a little bit of a reminder and a little bit of an inspiration. You know, this is what I would enter. I tried to run whilst taking a selfie, in hopes that the resultant jiggle would, you know, create some motion lines that would indicate the movement. But unfortunately, my Google Pixel 3, just too good with the camera, and it just smooths it all out perfectly. However, someone who does not own a Google Pixel 3, it's SosaFlow. Look at this. Decided to take that, inspired him to get involved. Bang! Running down the corridor, he calls it. Running down the corridor. And my goodness, you can feel that, can't you? It's not just me, is it? You can feel that movement. The blur lines, the directional blur there, moving at speed. Look at that arm. How fast is that arm moving? It's a real rate of knots. We also get it from the facial expression here. Also get it from this facial expression. That says effort. Effort into the movement. Bang. This arm down here, my goodness. It's almost traveling through the speed of light. And then this R, which I don't know what it stands for normally. I believe it might be a Pokemon thing. SosaFlow is a keen Pokemonist. But I believe in this instance, we can safely assume that it stands for run. Wonderful stuff, SosaFlow. Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. What, you want me to move? Bang. Here's movement. Love it. Love it. Absolutely superb. This one we already got a little sneak preview of before. SJBex72 with their first submission to a Snap Quest, which I am very, very excited with. Love a first timer. Absolutely love a first timer. And what I like here that SJ has done is really played with the concept. It's quite a playful shot, I think. It's quite a playful shot. Saying movement, bang, here's a snail. Snails not known for their movement, really. They're known for being quite slow fellows and ladies. But by taking a picture of it, you're capturing a moment in time. So you, I, anybody has no idea how fast this snail was moving. Is it going really fast? Is this the fastest snail in the world? I don't know. I've just got a photo. And therein lies the appeal with this one. A really nice, like I say, very playful, really playing with the idea of move. And indeed, in their notes on the when they sent the photo through, said, pleased to get this action shot. And I think that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it, SJ. That's lovely, lovely stuff. Wonderful work. It's so creepy, my goodness. But beautiful in their own way. I mean, other snails must find them attractive, otherwise the species would die out, right? That's just logic. That's just logic. TV Douglas loves it. Emma Acton, oh, cute snail. Real. See, Emma Acton's a fan. See? Different strokes for different folks. Speaking of Emma Acton, has a little bit of context to this one. Hope you don't mind another firstborn weakling Zach photo for my submission for Move. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Keep old Zachy baby coming in. Keep old Zachy baby coming in. Like Sky Brown being the first ever bronze medal skateboardist. Lady skateboardist. Zach's the firstborn weakling. No one can take that away from him. Stuart and Zach were playing, and I was busy snapping as they were being cute. You'll be able to see that in just a few seconds. And Zach pushed himself up onto his legs to stand for the first time, guys. For the first time. We're seeing a first time stand. And you know what? Standing is the first step to walking movement. Bang, there we go with the movement. You can see Stu's reaction of complete surprise. At 8.5 months, Zach was rather early in his development to be doing such things. So a little bit of a humble brag here. Little bit of a humble brag as well. And again, I don't hate it. Look at this. Look at that surprise. Look at that surprise. Look at those stout little chubby legs. Stout little chubby baby legs that you just want to... You just want to... But you can't. Because parents don't like that so much. Unless they have, you know, invited you or they know you. But also, splanow, look of surprise on Stuart Seaton's face. Regular weakling, Stuart Seaton. Big fan of the show. Emma Acton, Zach's legs are chubby too. Little bit of shade there again. Little bit of shade there thrown at Stuart there. Of course, Emma intimating that these are chubby legs. I'd say they look like fine legs to me, Stuart. Well done you, sir. Well done you. But we've got the nice little dimples in the legs there. Wonderful. I mean, this is just a delightful moment. Everybody getting involved. See, everybody loves Zach. Killer Kilch, go Zach. TB Douglas, great job, Zach. SJBeck72, whoop, whoop. Gets a double whoop from SJBeck72. Monkey Pixie Funk, nice one, Zach, applause. And you know, here's the thing. Zach, to this point, has really been a Snap Quest lucky charm. I mean, a Snap as close to a sure thing in Snap Quest as it's possible to get. I believe he has only failed to win once. Let's make that twice now. He's smiling at you all as you say his name. Zach, well done, dude. Well done for smiling. Well done for standing. But unfortunately, you haven't got the... It feels bad now, so I'm saying that a baby hasn't won the thing. Okay, so, that, you know... It's it's all just, you know, whimsy and caprice, okay? Uncle Town, go Zach. There we go, go Zach, well done. But you didn't get the W this time, Zach. Unfortunately, you're taking an L. You're taking an L. The only thing that can beat a baby is an even younger baby. That's right, we have a second-born weakling and a picture that... kind of eerie. I mean, maybe this is just the standard birth picture, but really mirrors the one that we got of Zach. Killer Kilch. Here is your girl, Sarah Kilch. And my entry for SnapQuest Move. This is your new weakling, Iris, who this week moved out of Sarah and into our world this Wednesday. I think a round of applause. I think a round of applause for creating life. I mean, a lot of people have done it, but it still seems like a real tough thing to do. There is little Iris. I like the kind of the sheen on the camera. I like the light glistening in. It's almost religious, isn't it? It's almost religious. Has a real kind of Jesuit, Christ-like quality to it. The way that the light just bounces off Iris's ill-formed head. I mean, just in terms of this, it's still, you know, it looks lovely. It looks lovely as babies go. They've just moved out of a uterus. That is art, says cameraman George. Absolutely. Uncle Town says poggers. What does that mean, Uncle Town? What does that mean? Killer Kilt, she's watching. Wonderful. We all say hello, Iris. You're going to be watching this show for the rest of your life because I'm never going to stop doing it. So get used to it now. Get used to it now. Time will... It means good or cool. Well, poggers! I don't know why I think that's so funny. Poggers. Poggers all round for Iris. She's excited. She should be. She's the star of the best livetainment show in existence. M. Acton has redeemed a 16-second chill dance party, and the tragedy is that the flippin' light isn't working, so it's just going to be an audio only. But we're absolutely going to do it for Iris. How dare you mock the power of the Pog champ? There's champs for Pogs as well by now. Okay, what have we got? We've got this. Does that... No, that doesn't. Gonna do... Yeah, that'll do. Gonna have to make our own lights here, guys. We're gonna have to make our own lights here. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna absolutely be worth it. Dance for Iris. I will dance for Iris, Emma. I'm dancing. I'm dancing. Let's do a little. It's not particularly varied. We'll do a red. We'll do a red. Red means life, doesn't it? Let's say it does. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's good. Is that going to work? That works. Yeah, okay. This might look a bit more sinister than I'm intending to do it, but it's going to be absolutely fine. So with Iris on the screen, we've all got to dance. We've all got to dance. M. Acton, if you do an APC for Pogs, I have the perfect poem already written. I mean, that might just tempt me. That might just tempt me. So we're all dancing. We're all dancing for Iris. We're all dancing for Iris, yes? We've got the light going. We're all dancing for Iris. Are we ready? In a 3, in a 2, and a 1. Welcome to the world, Iris! Second born weakling. Second comes right after first, baby. Splanow. Exciting stuff. And well done, Killer, for winning the Snap Quest, which I assume is what this has all been about. My goodness. I'm out of breath. Thank you, Emma, for redeeming the 16-second chill dance party. She danced. We got it, guys. We got it. Poggers. Iris is the Pog champ. We get time's marching on, isn't it? My goodness. Let's do this.
Art bet. To challenge yourself is artistic. Art bet. I'll give you options you can pick. Art bet. Take a guess, see if you won. Art bet. It's not for money, just for fun. Art bet.
Art bet indeed, guys. Art bet indeed. Oh, no. That's a little look behind the camera, isn't it? That's a little look behind the camera. We have got... We've got another art bet here. Olympic themed. I filmed it this morning. So we're definitely going to do it because it was tough getting it done for the show. Notme, what do you have for us this time? You person who's pleased at winning a bronze medal and not being a little bit shirty because they didn't win a gold of a man. Thanks, Notme. Today's art challenge will be undertaken by iamnotme. As you can see, I've got my shoulders out. As I said earlier, one of the keenest aspects of the Olympics being sport is how inspiring it is. How much you can watch it and then want to get involved. It's so inspiring that I have decided to get involved. Here on an overcast morning, under a bridge. But which sport do I participate in? It's actually quite a small list because a lot of sports require things that I don't have. Then I remembered, on my morning walk with Jesus, we always walk past these beach volleyball nets, with people always playing beach volleyball. I could just go and speak to one of these people and ask them to play beach volleyball. But then I thought, no, people are scary and intimidating, I'll just do a long jump in the sand instead. I will run up along this path, I will jump, and I will land in the sand, and we shall measure the distance using this tape measure. I will aim to jump as far as I possibly can. That's my art challenge. Your art bet is very simply, how long will I be able to jump? Back to you, not me. Back to me, not me. Absolutely. Oh. So, we're doing a long jump here, guys. We're doing a long jump. Again, a little reminder, all your family simile suggestions, get them in the chat. We'll be doing the winner after this art bet, so make sure you get your suggestions in. Otherwise, you've got no chance of winning. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, ice hockey. So, can you make your guesses yet? No, because you don't have all the information. Let's see if we can have some things to consider. Thing to consider, number one, here we go. I will have 3 attempts to jump as far as I can. They do that in the Olympics, and who am I to second guess the Olympics? Yeah? 3 attempts. And it's not like adding up. I'm just going to do 3 attempts, and we're going to take the best one, the furthest one, okay? Thing number 2. The only tape measure we have is only imperial measurements, America, so we'll have to translate in the edit. So we didn't know how far it was in proper, in Olympic style measurements, okay? And number 3, the world record for long jump is 8.95 meters set by Mike Powell in 1991. I just put that in there just because if I was to beat the world record, the fact that it hasn't been beaten since 1991, I think that's pretty impressive, right? That's pretty impressive. So I'm not going to say I will, I'm not going to say I won't, but because that's going to play a factor in the thing. But if I was to, it'd be pretty big news, yeah? Pretty big news. Here we go. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what your options are. A, 0 to 1 meters, up to 100 centimeters. B, 1 to 2 meters. C, 2 to 5 meters. D, 5 meters to 8.95 meters, which is the world record. And if you think if you think I got the world record this morning on an overcast day, then go for E. And I thank you for your confidence. What have you got? Killer Kilch says, your girl, Sarah Kilch, says A. It's less than a meter. Okay. I'm quite a tall chap. That's fine. That's fine. Killer Kilch says B. Okay. Emma Acton going B, 1 meter to 2 meters. That's fair enough. Uncle Town goes to C, 2 meters to 5 meters. A little bit more confidence, says Uncle Town. TB going for B. Monkey Pixie Funk going for E. Thank you, Monkey Pixie Funk. I really do appreciate that. That's lovely. Uncle Town changing. No, B. Okay. SJ Beck 72 going for B. Maple Panda going for C. Okay, so we've got 1A, mostly Bs. A C from Maple Panda. Iris is going E. Thank you, Iris. And Monkey Pixie Funk going E as well. What does she know? Well, we'll find out. Maybe she's a genius. And maybe you guys are about to witness someone breaking a world record that has stood for 30 years. Maybe that. We'll see. Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Good luck to all of you who have made your guesses. It's time for me to jump. Wish me luck.
It's exciting, isn't it? Let's get some music. Slow-mo. Okay.
Land. Here? Really? Yeah. What's this? 5 foot. 75 inches. Yeah, a little disappointing with that first jump. Obviously, I'm working with a compromised run up. I'm having to angle myself, which some of the best long jumpers, never have to do. Hopefully I can learn to work within the limitations of the system and improve on my next 2. Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Worry that's worse. 74 inches. That is less, isn't it? yeah, certainly hoped that I would not regress, that I wouldn't go backwards in my abilities. Not looking to make excuses, but there was a really big pigeon off to the side that did look like it had some worrying intentions. But like I say, I'm not one for making excuses, so fingers crossed, third time's the charm. And I can even get close. I mean, I don't need to break the world record, but even get close, I think I'll be happy. Is it this? You think? Okay. Better. 80. Was the first one the best? No, that was better. Okay. 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 There we go. However much that was translated into proper Olympic money, i.e. metric system, is the winner. And congratulations to you if you guessed correctly. Use this victory as a sign that the upcoming week is going to be your week. How could it be anything but? God is on your side. If you didn't guess correctly, don't worry about it. It's just the Olympics. We'll do it again in 4 years. You can try again then. But what did we learn? What did we learn? Well, I think we learned that it is tiring, even just the run up, very tiring, and also that worrying looking pigeons can affect an athlete more than you'd think. So if an athlete does poorly in the Olympics, just think, is there a pigeon about?
Was there a pigeon about? Absolutely. What a great point there, Notme. Yeah, absolutely. Well done to Maple Panda as a lovely birthday gift. A lovely birthday gift. Getting that W on ArtBet. Uncooltown said C, changed it to a B. Maybe stick with your first instinct there. Killer Kilch, well done, not me. Thank you so much. It's difficult. It's difficult doing a long jump. This is a thing that I learned. So, yeah, mad props to all of the Olympians who competed in the long jump. You did a great thing. Well done. Let's go back to this. I should have been doing the I am smart. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I got it. It's fine. But let's go to the family simile results. There we are. We had some great entries here, guys. Great entries. TB Douglas starting off as inspiring as the Eric the Eel segment in last week's Most Week show. If you haven't seen that yet, guys, then my goodness, you really need to rectify that, because it was some of the best, most inspiring work I've ever done. Certainly some of the loudest. I was really having to shout over the music there, telling the wonderful story of Eric the Eel Musambani, a swimmer from Equatorial Guinea, who did some incredible work in the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, Uncooltown, I was on holiday. No excuse, Uncooltown. Go back and watch it on Twitch. It is still available. It's under the heading of The Greatest Olympian, because I believe he is the greatest Olympian. What else have we got? Killer Kilch is inspirational as art. I mean, it's a general one, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Inspirational as art? Absolutely. Art is inspirational. What I have done here today, created this art, is going to inspire you guys to just live your lives a little bit better. Going to live your lives a little bit better because of what I've done here today. If one of two of you try and do the long jump and realize, yeah, actually it is pretty difficult, and even though Notme didn't even get close to the world record, you know, he did a great job. Perhaps that. M. Acton, thanks for kicking off our holiday with some wonderful art. It's what I do, guys. It's what I do. What else have we got? What else have we got here? It's inspiring as Simone Biles, says TB again. Double dipping TB. But that's absolutely fine. Simone Biles, backed out of one of the events of the Olympics because of her mental health. Because, I mean, I think if you're worried about your mental health whilst you are flipping around the air like some kind of action figure, I think that's legit. You know, I think that's legit. If you're worried about, I mean, not to put down anybody's mental health, but if you're worried about your mental health when you are, what would an event be? If you're worried about your mental health when you were doing the rowing, perhaps. If you have a really bad spell or you just kind of lose it, you're just going to row slower. Whereas if you're doing the flips, you might die. So absolutely hats off to you, Simone Biles. And then came back for the other one as if she, like, I was feeling a bit under pressure there, so I'm going to back out of it. Comes back again, just far more mental health issues. The pressure. I mean, that's what creates diamonds. That's what creates diamonds, guys. What else have we got? Cameraman George, as inspiring as Marcus Rashford, pure integrity in the face of bigotry. Absolutely. Lovely mention there of Marcus Rashford from Cameraman George. English footballer, for those of you who don't know, an English footballer who, responded to some very nasty stuff with absolute integrity. And is a real inspiration for all young people. Both in a kind of intellectual way and a stomach way, because they're feeding people because of the work that he does. SJ Beck 72 is inspirational as Notme's long jumping. I hope you're going to be long jumping as well, SJ Beck 72. Give it a try, SJ Beck 72. It's tricky. Monkey Pixie Funk is inspirational as Nicolas Cage's acting chops. Absolutely. He really makes you believe that he doesn't like bees. And in reality, he might be indifferent to really positive about bees. But at the time, you think he really hates bees. That is, of course, The Wicker Man. If you haven't seen that film, it's absolutely incredible. Which means that the winner of this week's Family Simile, Uncle Town, is inspirational as seeing a duck swallowing an eel, which was trying to attack it, which happened in London. I love the specificity of this. I love all the... Oh, no, that's gone. I love the extra details of this. I love the idea that kind of David and Goliath, an eel tries to start on a duck, doesn't realise it's messed with the wrong duck. The duck turns the tables. I like that as well. Wonderful stuff. If we weren't wildly over time, I would wax lyrical about this even more, Uncle Town. But I'll talk about it next time. Although, of course, the bad news is that there is no Most Week show next week. It's summer. People are on summer holidays. We're not going to be getting the viewers. Let people have some time. So we're off next week, but then we'll be back the week after with a fantastic, I can feel it now, a fantastic episode of the Most Week show. As Maple Panda, fun fact, it was actually a cormorant. I wouldn't mess with a cormorant. And so that's you don't want to victim blame, but that's kind of on the eel, I think. Don't start on a cormorant. Of all of the billed birds, a cormorant's just really got that kind of quiet menace about it. One man's opinion. So that is it. Another fantastic, another wonderful, another inspiring episode over. Thank you to all of you for watching and engaging and making it, I think, the best episode that we have ever created. I hope that you're not feeling too sad about the end of the Olympics. They'll come around again another 3 years, thanks to COVID. We only have 3 years to wait for the next ones. But I've had a wonderful time watching them, and I hope you have as well. I am Notme, I am Art, and I'm wishing you a very happy, a very inspirational, give the long jump a try. Give the long jump a try in this next week, and a very creative fortnight, I suppose, because I'm not going to be seeing you next week. Fortnight ahead. Thank you very much. Good night, and I will see you next time. George, all this talk of Marcus Rashford's got me feeling hungry for a school dinner. You can rustle up some turkey twizzlers.
What a great show we made just now. It was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly smaller bow than mine. Next week I'm away, I won't be here to perform, but please don't wallow in your justified woe. I'll be back real soon and we'll art up a storm next time on the Most Week Show.